All right, we're going to be talking about circles. So let's get a little basics down for a circle now. I'm going to try to draw this. We'll see how good it goes. Not bad, but not awesome. Okay, so if I'm looking at this circle, in the middle of the circle we have a point. What is that point called? Now remember, in math, it's pretty much exactly what you think it's going to be because that's how math rolls. All right, if it's in the middle, it's called a center. Right? Awesome. Now, if I have a line from the middle to the outside of a circle, what's that called? A radius. Right on. Okay, so now I have a center and a radius to a circle. When you have a circle, the most common form that you're looking at is center radius form. So what kind of information do you think we can get out of that? The center and the radius. If I'm looking at this, your center for this is going to be HK, and your radius is R. Notice something about your center. This is X minus H and Y minus K. Because there's a minus sign there, your values for your center are going to be opposite of what it looks like in the parentheses with that minus sign there. Also notice for your radius, in the formula it says R squared, so your radius is just going to be the square root of that number. Okay, let's look at some examples. Okay, let's take a look at this example. We want to write the center radius form of the equation of the circle described. So I'm given that my circle has the center at -3, 4 and has a radius of 6. So let's put in all the information that we have. So our formula here, oopsie daisy, let's try that again. So our formula is X minus H squared plus a Y minus K squared is equal to R squared. If you have a center and a radius, this is your H and that is your K whenever it comes to your center, and then your radius of 6. Let's plug this in. So I have X minus a -3. Now remember when we were looking at this formula, we said it's the opposite of what it looks like. So if you add the opposite, I really have X plus 3 squared. You see how that's going? Cool, let's keep going. Plus a Y minus 4 squared is equal to 6 squared. So let's go ahead and finish this off. Make sure whatever your radius is, you go ahead and multiply that out to get you your 36. Cool, let's do more. So here I have the center of 0, 0. So when you plug that into your formula, you get X minus 0 squared plus a Y minus 0 squared is equal to a 6 squared. So whenever you have this X minus 0, simplify that to be simply an X squared. A Y squared is equal to 36. So anytime you have a circle, you have an X squared and a Y squared. If your center is the origin at 0, 0, then there's no number next to the X or the Y. Okay, for this problem we want to identify the center and the radius and then go ahead and graph our circle. So the first thing that we want to look at is the center. Remember, it's opposite of what's in the parentheses. So this says X minus 2 squared. So our actual center is a positive 2. Now what happens when there's nothing next to the Y? What's that value? 0. Good. So our center is actually at 2, 0. Now what is our radius? Yeah, it's 4. Good job. Because we have 16, so the square root of 16 is 4. Cool. Let's do this thing. So I have a center at 2, 0. So on my graph, I come over to 2, 0 and make a dot. Then from there, I have a radius of 4. So from my center of 2, 0, go out 4 and make a dot. And then up 4 because that's our radius. So we're just taking north, south, east, and west on everything. Now, because it's difficult to do a diagonal, you're just going to do the north, south, east, and west. Then do the best you can to draw an actual circle. I do not want these looking like diamonds. So you want to swing it around and make it look as much like a circle as you can. As you go through, make sure you're hitting those points. Now notice on mine, because this program's a little wonky, it doesn't always go exactly where I want it to. So try to hit your X's as you go through there. And then that's it. You've graphed from center radius form. Not so bad, huh?